Jace here. Um, Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for watching. Today we're going to do a quick little talk about Kamala Harris and not attending the Benjamin Netanyahu address. Um, I know that my last video about Biden and his speech where he was announcing that or talking to the American people about dropping out of the race was a little longer. So today's will be much shorter. Thank you guys for sticking with me. So Netanyahu came and spoke before Congress in order to rally support for Israel in their fight against Hamas. Um, I found it very upsetting that half the Democrats didn't even bother to show up for the speech. And more importantly, Kamala Harris decided she didn't need to stop by either. She was supposed to be standing beside the Speaker of the House overseeing the address and decided not to show up because she had a prior engagement to speak at a sorority, because clearly they're equivalent. It's disturbing primarily because this was a day after she had supposedly received the nomination from all the American people that were so excited that she was going to be running for president. I think for any of you, especially for you Democrats that are going to start rallying your support for Kamala, I think it's important to see what this illustrates to the world. A day after she announced that she'd be running for president, she doesn't attend the address of one of our allies, our primary ally in the Middle East, which we desperately need allies in the Middle East. She decides it's not worth her time. Is this what kind of leader she's going to be? If she doesn't agree with you philosophically, which why you wouldn't agree with the Jewish nation is beyond me. But if she doesn't agree with you, she's just not going to show up. Is this how we lead? It's not disturbing to me so much because my bar is set very low for Harris. But for all of you who are about to rally a bunch of support for her, it's something you ought to think about. Whether she likes it or not, Israel is an ally, and we're supposed to be standing behind them. And when she personally doesn't feel like she needs to attend, she just won't. She won't take part. I think that tells you what kind of leader she's going to be. Now, with Israel, we got to understand, and I'm just going to tell you guys kind of how I feel about it, what the climate is like there. As a Christian, the Jewish nation is God's chosen people. I will always support the Jewish nation because I just, if they're God's chosen people, I'm going to back them. And I can always, the thing I do like about the current political climate is it's really easy. The lines are in the sand, and it's really easy to see who you need to stand behind and who you don't, who you can support and who you can't. Because if they're going to be pro-Palestine and anti-Israel, then I already know straight off the bat, this is not somebody that I'm ever going to support, period. That doesn't mean that every decision Israel has made, I agree with. But you also got to understand where they're at, what the climate they're in. We have no frame of reference for what they endure every day and have for decades. Hamas is just the latest threat that wants to eradicate the entire Jewish people from the planet. They've had one after another after another. I think that's primarily because they're God's chosen people. I think those who aren't serving God's interest get compelled to try to wipe them out. There's no other reason to think why why Israel? Why the Jewish people? What threat honestly do they pose? But everybody is coming out to get them. So sometimes they're going to be more militant. They've had to be. They've had their backs against the wall for generations. They are militant. They are going to attack. And I can't say that I blame them. These other threats want to annihilate every single one of them. They want them eradicated. You don't know what that threat means. Neither do I. So I'm going to support them. Additionally, I the stuff that went on outside of Congress at Union Station, I wanted to talk about really quickly. Um, if you guys don't know, the pro-Palestine supporters tore down 3 American flags that were hanging up in Union Station and burned them. And then they defaced and spray painted all over a statue of Christopher Columbus. It's beyond me. I don't understand why the police don't intervene. I understand the First Amendment, but what they are doing is they are defacing public property. What they did is against the law. It's got nothing to do with freedom of speech. It's against the law. Why aren't they stopping them? Why don't the police recognize that maybe if they actually stopped some of these violent protests, people would stop committing them? If you know you're going to get thrown in jail, you're going to be more hesitant to perform the acts. That's common sense. The other thing I will say, and I'm probably going to get a lot of disagreement on this, but as far as I'm concerned, I think it should be made a law that if you burn a person in effigy, or if you burn the American flag, it should be illegal. As far as I'm concerned, that is a call to violence. There's no other reason to do it. And I can tell you personally, whenever I see someone burn the American flag, it makes me want to commit violence. It does. I want to go forcibly stop them from burning my flag. Burning people in effigy, just on its face. And I don't care who the person is. I don't care what political party or whatever they stand for. It's obviously a call to violence. The image you're putting in somebody's head is to harm this person. That's just common sense. So those should not be protected under the First Amendment. They should absolutely be able to prosecute them as criminals. I think that's about all I've got for today, guys. I apologize for the phone. It's blowing up. It's been a busy morning. I think that's about all I got. I kind of want to give you guys a little bit of, I really wanted to get something out about Kamala and not being there for the Netanyahu address, and also about the protesters. If you're wanting to win people to the Palestinian cause, whatever that means, this isn't the way to do it. This isn't. All you're going to do is get the fringe. You're only going to recruit the fringe. I mean, I don't think you're going to have much success recruiting anybody to, embracing Hamas. But the way you're going about it definitely isn't going to work. You're going to get Antifa, and you can have them. Nobody else wants them. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Get in there and let's talk about it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I missed. If I'm way off track, let me know about it. Like, follow, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. God bless you, and we will see you for the next one.